Angelica Chiketa Mkorongo, and I was born in Mondoro. That's where I come from. I'm the founder and CEO of Zimbabwe OCD Trust. The reason why I founded this organization is because I discovered that I was suffering from OCD, and therefore it was important for me to teach other people about it, because when I was finally diagnosed, I didn't even know who to talk to except for my psychiatrist. So I asked him and I looked everywhere for a support group, and there was no support group. And the things that go on in one's head when you've got OCD, it's crazy. It's crazy. And just sharing with someone about these things who also has this disorder, it really makes it light, and you actually laugh with each other and so on. So obsessive compulsive disorder, we call it OCD. At first, OCD, they all started laughing at me. OCD, too much. And we don't have such things in Zimbabwe. And I'm like, but World Health Organization says at least 1.4% of any population regardless of race, age, and whether murume mukadzi, you can suffer from OCD. So in Zimbabwe, we do have a lot of people suffering from OCD, but they don't know because no one is talking about it, right? So obsessive compulsive disorder, it's it's mainly intrusive thoughts that just pop into your head from nowhere. And most of these thoughts are scary. The thoughts they can be evil. They can be, it's really bad. It's really bad. So much that when you have them, and because of you can't share. Unototya kushare nevanhu because ndinovharirwa vanofunga kuti ndiri kutopenga ndoiswa mujeri kana kuti kuiswa muhospital. So it is scary. And so in most cases kana waita mathoughts akadaro and so on, unoita certain things that we call compulsions dzekuti utraye kuwana what you call it, kuti usanyanye kufunga all those things. So you start doing other things as well. Zvimwe munozoona vamwe vari kungobata madoo, vamwe vari kunirikira kuswitcha on and off malights, vamwe kana kuti vanonocheka stove kuti vaivhara vaidzipa here. Mwana kana kuenda 4 or 5 times. It's like there's also like a short memory. Kuti ndadzima here. Maybe let me go again, kunocheka woenda wodzoka. Ndadzima here wodzokera futi, and so on. So much that it's for people vari kuziva zviri kuitika vanototi what's wrong with this person. But iwe unenge uri convinced kuti maybe handina kudzima, because OCD it's all about being certain kuti zvandiri kuita izvi, zvandiri kufunga izvi ndizvo here. OCD actually unotanga kunzwa these symptoms. It's usually in adolescence. That's when it usually starts. I think probably per hormonal change or something, because usually when I'm kuma 16, 17, 18, into early adulthood. And you can actually tell what there is something wrong with me. Because ndinangotanga kuita ma thoughts ekuda kupaya uyu nebanga. Kana kuti my thoughts ekuda if I'm driving, ndiri kuda kurova a pedestrian nemota. Oh yes, you are driving ufura nepa bridge, you just feel this edge of what if you can drive over the bridge. Some of the thoughts are really bad. They are bad. And then of course there are also my thoughts equity if let's say one is got in a relationship. Is this the right man for me? What if he leaves me? What if I'm not good enough? Or what if he's not good enough for me? And so before the relationship even goes further, you find someone out to break up. Usually you find that pakutanga, the relationship is good. But a commitment up, don't have a problem. And you've heard of so many people when they go to some goals, see some say, or some can go into the relationship, and somewhere along the way, they're not comfortable with the intimacy. So I've heard of people who ask for gaze because so you would actually and should actually not bath and then go and sleep bedroom because akasinga the intimacy, and I'm not sure what say if she's intimate with the person. There's also a lot of kuchkam disease. There's contamination, OCD. But cup drink or something. You know this cup is dirty because she don't sorrow. You get what I mean? And then pashika not to make a short pakachena pakaita say toilet kutonzwa kurwara kupinda in a public toilet or panebanyo chikafa kapiwa. They are so particular. We are particular about these things. So and then you also have what we call scrupulosity, which is religious OCD, whereby you are afraid. There's like fear. I'll go to hell. I need to go to the pastor, to the priest, and confess that's what it saying that will I go to hell and so on. And because some people when I feel enough, so what they then do is it's not exaggerating, but they feel good. If I don't pray like this, it means I'll go to hell. Who are really, is just almost like they're eccentric. You get what I mean? And then some of the thoughts, it's like you wonder, am I praying to God or am I praying to the devil? I know it sounds funny for someone who doesn't have OCD. They think, Maya, so on. But no, you see what gave me comfort after I was diagnosed is when I couldn't find a support group, I joined international support groups online. And it's amazing. Almost everything that I was going through, the people out there are also going through the same thing. And they are all getting help from psychiatrists, psychologists. You go on medication, you have therapy, and you live a normal life. You know, the difference between when I was suffering and when I started, when I went on medication and therapy, I cried because, there was such a huge difference. I was like a different person altogether, a new person. A completely new person. I can sit here and talk about all the different symptoms. There are just so many. OCD, where someone is thinking about a child and they want to sleep with the child. Some actually want to sleep with their siblings. It is crazy. The things are crazy. That is why people are not talking about them. But this is something, it's not our fault. That's what I want. Everyone we suffer from it is not your fault. You didn't ask for these things to happen to you. So there's no need to be embarrassed about it. You need to come forward and get help. You know what I mean? Because if we are going to hide, these are the thoughts that are coming to me, so I'm evil, I'm what? But so what? Say, she didn't prove what? Say. What about wonder? Not about wonder, you take it to your grave. And it be miserable for the rest of your life. That's what happens. But if you can come out and say, listen, I've got this disorder. What do I do? Join support groups, talk to other people, and so on. It does help. It does help.
So for Zimbabwe OCD Trust, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the support groups where you're helping other people with OCD, or they're still trying to raise awareness?
Yeah. What happened was when I discovered, in 2018, when I decided that this is what I wanted to do, I registered the organization, and then I just started talking to people. I've been talking with my churches, my youth groups, and so on. And I've also been invited to a number of workshops by other organizations. But right now, when I started going now on online, on Facebook and so on, I discovered that so many people who need help, so much that sometimes I'm just so overwhelmed. So we used to have a support, a place in town where we used to meet, but because of COVID, it was closed. And so right now, we are still looking for somewhere where we can meet. But at the moment, we are on just on WhatsApp. We talk, we discuss, and so on. And I've also been trying to raise awareness with other groups as well on WhatsApp and so on. But this disorder doesn't need an online thing. We actually need somewhere where people can come and we talk and we discuss and help each other. Because it can be so bad to the extent that if they don't get help. Because they don't feel safe, or they don't feel they are, those ages I was talking about of harming other people. If you feel like you want to harm your wife or you want to harm your husband, and there's nothing you can do about it. You've gone to my apostle and nothing happened. You've gone to my church where nothing happened. So you'd say, hey, it's better to do that than and which is really wrong. And I can assure you, me, I'm Catholic. I went to so many priests confessing, looking for help, and they didn't help. And now I'm still Catholic and I believe in the church, but I think it's all about educating everyone. Because I'm sure the priest I went to didn't know how to handle the situation. And I'm sure lots of my pastors were also in the same predicament as Musiba. So I really wish we should work together to learn how we can help each other. In conclusion, I just want to let you know that because I'm someone with a lived experience, that is someone anowara ni fuwa, so to speak. I'm actually the deputy representative of a global organization in Nonzi, Global Mental Health Peer Network. So I'm a deputy representative for Africa. Sakandiri, deputy representative, where my parents. What I'm trying to say about this is, it is okay. It is okay kuti une a mental problem. It is okay kuti we talk about it. It is okay kuti toya taste together whatever problems to share and looking for help. Do not hide. The more you hide, the worse it will become for you. Come forward, we talk about it, and everyone else, those without these problems, please embrace us. Don't stigmatize us. It's we don't start saying, we are not kidney problem. One kidney problem. So what? The brain is it's like any other organ in the body, and it can also get sick. And there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. And I'm happy that I'm able to stand up and say, hello, I've got a mental disorder. And that's the freest I've ever been. It actually, right now I can walk and laugh with people. What can you say to me? No pain. I've already said that yes, into new mental disorder. So there's nothing really that can touch me. But the reason why I came out is because I want to encourage all those with the disorders, whether it's bipolar, schizophrenia, dementia, you name it. it's not our fault. Let's embrace it. Let's find help. And there are also those with problems of drug and alcohol abuse. And some of them is because they're trying to, just get those thoughts out of their heads. That's why they start taking the drugs and the alcohol. Kuti vakanganwe vasarambe vachifunga those bad thoughts. And again, we're saying, come on guys, let's help each other here. Right now, we're still looking for a proper place where we can meet and talk. But in the meantime, you can get hold of me on 0772 298 286. Or you can also go on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, and we also have a website, www.zimbabweocdtrust.org.
For these and other stories, visit our website www.263chat.com. Follow us on Twitter @263chat and like our Facebook page 263chat.